Welcome to another episode of Hopecast. I am your host, Chris Hope, founder of the Chris Hope Foundation. And I am happy to be here once again to talk about a few things dealing with the Chris Hope Foundation. But the incredible thing about this episode is that we have a special guest in the house. And I'm so excited to talk about this guy and the wonderful things that he has going on. And the cool thing is I may actually learn something. But before we get to that point, you know I got to bring in one of the most intelligent, most influential person in the city of Memphis, and that will be the award-winning public relations specialist, Beth Wilson. Hello there, Beth Wilson. How are you?
I'm so good. It's good to see you. It's good to be back. Woo! Right. It's been a minute.
Exactly.
But we're still on the same page.
Yeah, we're on. Hey, you know how we do. We're locked in.
I know it.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
Just running around like crazy, traveling a little bit, and
awesome.
Yeah, just really excited about some things that are happening within our community at Chris Hope Foundation. So much time. We've got so many events coming up.
Yeah.
So many events that have already happened this year, and yeah, excited for summer to be here. The warm weather. It's a little warm, a little early, but that's all right. That's all right.
And just so happened that on today that the air is out in Studio 4.
It's out, so we are sweating.
Yeah,
okay.
But that's okay.
Right.
It's already a hot show
That's
anyway.
Right. That's right.
You know, so you
gotta
know,
play the part.
But I know recently we had our bowling tournament.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Another sold out event.
That's right.
And everybody had a ton, and we got to put rings on a brand new champion.
I know.
Finally, this team has been part of our event since day one,
That's
so
right.
they finally got to bring home the championship rings.
I know, we're so excited.
Yeah, so shout out to them and shout out to all of our sponsors who were a part of it to help make this thing happen.
Especially Blue Sky Couriers, the presenting sponsor again this year. We're so grateful for them.
Definitely. But, I also got to give some love to Signs First, too, because, every signage that you ever see with the Chris Hope Foundation was donated by them. So it was great to be able to give back to them and say, hey, bring a couple of teams out, some of your employees out, have a good time. And so, you can see how your signage looks.
Yep.
And then you can have some fun and be able to, have some fun with your coworkers, your colleagues. And so they came out, and it was an incredible time.
Yep. So speaking of events, we've got several coming up, especially this summer / early fall. So our next one coming up is Stars and Stripes.
Yep.
We've partnered with Start to Finish. That is on July 3rd at 6
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see. That's July 3rd. This is major. I got a little time to train.
You do.
I got a little time to
try.
train.
Into shape, I can.
No. You be having me with working on the heating pads, the ice packs. Nah.
We've got plenty of partners. 901 PT, Memphis Spine and Sport. They can help you with the recovery part.
Oh,
yeah.
All of a sudden, now I feel a reason to sit on the sideline. Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to partner with them. So grateful to Start to Finish for partnering with us on this and for allowing Chris Hope Foundation to be the beneficiary for this event.
Right.
It's going to be amazing. And y'all, who or what event actually has fireworks at it?
Exactly.
Not one that I've ever been to, but this one does. So Stars and Stripes. It is 4th of July weekend.
Not only fireworks, but a live band.
That's right.
Or live bands. I can't remember how many bands there are going to be there.
I mean, Tiger Lane, right?
It's going to be at Tiger Lane, yeah. Okay, so Tiger Lane, does it also have another name? Because I've heard some people call it something else, too.
Liberty Park?
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we call it Tiger Lane, I guess, more so when it's football season.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
just
that makes sense.
Renewed my ticket, so I'm calling it Tiger Lane. Go Tigers, go!
Go Tigers, go!
Yeah. So anyway, that's going to be super fun. So sign up. We've got the information on our website, chrishopefoundation.org. And then also you can just look up Stars and Stripes. It's part of the, I think, 901 series that's sponsored by Campbell Clinic. So we're super grateful for them as well. But yeah, we've got some volunteer opportunities for that as well. Mm-hmm. And we'll be sharing that through Volunteer Odyssey and some other avenues as well. So stay tuned to our website and social media. And we've got all the details there. So it's going to be
awesome.
fun.
Okay,
It's gonna be
so
hot.
today is a special day.
Okay.
We got a special guest
Yes, we
in
do.
the house.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick little break.
Okay.
And we're going to bring in our special guest. And I am so excited because some of the things that he's involved in is some of the kind of things that excites me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
So
aligns with some of our programming too.
exactly.
Yep.
So we'll be right back after this quick break. See you in a second.
Oh.
Hey Hot Warriors, it's your girl Carmela here, coming to remind you of our promotion for the month of May, where you can sweat now and pay later. You basically get the entire month of May for free. I know we're all trying to get summer body ready, so why not do it in our infrared saunas using our three-dimensional training method with heat, infrared, and exercise. You burn a whole lot of calories in a short amount of time. That's why we say more workout, less time. And as always, you know I can't wait to see my Hot Warriors.
All right, welcome back to this episode of HopeCast. And as I said before, we got a special guest in the building, and I'm so excited to have him here. And I'm going ahead and pass it over to you to introduce this guy because I get to rattling off and talking about him so much I take up all of the time. So I'm going ahead and let you do the introduction.
Well, thank you. All right, so today we've got Meka Egwuekwe. He's here with CodeCrew, and he is the co-founder and executive director. Meka, thank you so much for being here today. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
Really appreciate the invitation.
Awesome. Well, talk to us just a little bit about CodeCrew, what you do, you know, your impact that you've had. You just celebrated your 9th year
Yep,
on
absolutely.
May 4th.
That's cool.
That's super
That's cool. We
exciting.
celebrate our 9th year as well.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
Twinsies then.
I know, that's right. So talk to us just a little bit about the organization, what you do, who you serve.
Sure. So, CodeCrew, we are a Memphis-based nonprofit that teaches AI and computer science to kids and adults. We say all the time we're trying to get algorithms on their menus before they're on the menus of the algorithms. Okay. And so we primarily serve kids and adults from underrepresented groups. So the largest and fastest growing demographics in Memphis are the ones that are most underrepresented in tech. And if we're going to have a future where the prosperous cities of the day and tomorrow are the ones that are generating tech producers and are tech savvy and tech influencers, then we've got to move the needle on those groups to make sure that Memphis maintains its relevancy. Yeah. So that's how CodeCrew was born, if you will, with that spirit of how we can build a better Memphis and ultimately show the rest of the country how to bring diversity to tech. Is hopefully our gift to America.
That's amazing. That's such an incredible mission, and also to have that housed here in Memphis and in the center of Memphis as well, because you're on campus at U of M, right?
That's right. That's where we work administratively, but all of the work that we do is where the kids are and where the young adults that we serve are, and as well as teachers that we serve.
And I think that is one of the most crucial things of any organization, any business, is meeting people where they are, right? So you're going to meet people, you're going to meet your students, the people who who benefit from your services where they are, just like Chris Hope Foundation. So I think that is super important.
Well, thank you. Yeah. In fact, we've got on the K-12 side, in fact, there's 3 kind of pillars, if you will, to what we do at CodeCrew.
Okay, talk to us about that.
The first is on the K-12 side, we work with kids as young as kindergarten through 12th grade, and then we serve young adults that are mostly 18 to 30-year-olds, though we don't put an age restriction on it per se. And then the last category is training teachers to teach computer science.
Okay.
And so on the K-12 side, we've got 5 full-time K-12 instructors who either have computer science degrees or they're graduates of the adult program that we trained them in. And we send them into schools around Memphis to teach computer science directly in schools, as well as leading after-school programs that we do in schools, libraries, community centers, and as well as the I call it the Pink Palace, but the Memphis Museum, the
Museum of Science and History.
Yeah. And so at CodeCrew, we work hard to make sure that that any 21st century education has computational thinking and the ability to use these skills such that young people can be at the table and influence this technology in positive ways. So I'm guilty of preaching the gospel of computer science education far and wide. So can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah,
No,
that's your baby,
that is,
man.
No, and that's
Yeah.
incredible. It's also just interesting to see or to hear those stats, because like, oh yeah, you hear them and then they're kind of like esoteric, right? It's like, oh yeah, that's what's happening in the nation, or this is what I'm seeing on the news, or this is what I've just read, right? But when you see its impact, or you hear that, well, Memphis is actually the top in this and this, but actually our pay is the lowest. So it's like, okay, well, if we promote these things, then we've got to come up and make sure that we're meeting the rest of the country on these other things. Otherwise,
That's right.
how are we going to continue to grow our workforce here, right? We talk about, I mean, with the chamber, with, whether it's economic development, construction, any of that, we're talking about workforce development all the time, right? Maybe
right.
you don't have to go to a 4-year college. You can go and get these skilled labor degrees at an industrial, whatever, go through and get certifications, these kind of things, right? Whatever path you choose is a good path, right? So long as you choose a path, to keep yourself, in a productive way, moving in a productive way. But it's really, I feel like it's so important to address these types of things head on, whether it's diversity, whether it's pay, whether it's skills, and these types of things, because these all have to do with access, equity, education.
That's right. Access,
Progress,
equity, and
everything.
education on one side, and then economic and workforce development on the other side, and
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, two sides of the same coin, exactly, right. And so the fourth, pillar, if you will, of CodeCrew has been around policy and advocacy.
There you go.
And so
Crucial.
we've spent a lot of time between here in Nashville working on getting bills passed and advocating for bills for computer science education. Very proud that we led the advocacy on getting the state to have a statewide plan for computer science education.
That's awesome.
Very proud that we were amongst the leading advocates for computer science to be a high school graduation requirement now in Tennessee.
Very
Making
good.
Tennessee just the fourth state to do that in the country. And so these are things that just compound the importance to all the things you were speaking of with respect to diversity and so when I was in Nashville, maybe I shouldn't let the secret sauce out, right? But
Well, since you kind of put it out there a little bit,
well, you speak to some who are very passionate tend to be on the left side of the aisle around access and equality,
Sure.
equity, opportunity, and some on the right side of the aisle tend to be more focused on economic development and workforce development. We made a case on both sides of the aisle about how important computer science education, AI, and those things are to advance both of those, and that's why a big part we've been successful at getting our bills unanimously passed in the House and Senate, right, and the governor signing those things, and so. I love that that's a space that we really don't have to explain to anyone how important it is.
Yeah.
We do have to appeal to what matters most to some, whether it's access and opportunity, which we firmly believe in,
Sure.
and economic workforce development, which we also firmly believe in.
Yeah.
So it makes for a better Memphis and a better Tennessee in the end. It gives our state an opportunity to lead, be amongst the leaders at least for this work.
How did you come up with this vision, this idea? I mean, what hit you? I'm sure it's probably had something to do with school, college, or maybe even a previous job. But I mean, to start a nonprofit, I mean, you have to have a vision and a passion. And hearing all these things that you just said, and all these numbers that you just put out there, I mean, what was like? You know what? I'm going to start CodeCrew.
Yeah.
And this is how I'm going to do it.
Well, I can't say it was fully planned, right? It was myself, Audrey, and Petya, the three of us as co-founders. We were all volunteers in another program based out of California called Black Girls Code, and I was really just trying to sign my two daughters up, right? And
Gotcha.
when when we learned that they had a chapter model in different cities and they didn't have a chapter in Memphis, they let us launch that chapter
I
of Black
got
Girls
you,
Code.
got
And
you.
from that, we got the attention of the Memphis Grizzlies, who gave us the initial support to actually create a new nonprofit to
Awesome,
teach
gotcha.
computer science.
Okay.
So that's how we kind of got started. All of us were passionate about our communities. All of us had different pathways into tech.
Right.
Mine was that of a 10-year-old boy 40 years ago. We got a Texas Instruments home computer for Christmas.
Texas Instruments.
Yeah, the TI 99-4A, my mother made happen. That miracle happened for me. I got bored playing games on it and learned how to make Meka Egwuekwe move across the screen, which, as you can imagine, back in 1983, 84, you plug your computer into the TV, and so Meka Egwuekwe was not a name you ever saw on TV.
Yeah.
But when I got it to move across the screen, I went to my mother and say, "Hey, my name is on TV." Right? And
That's
so
it.
That's kind of how I got my start in my career. And then,
Right.
and Audrey and Petya have their own stories. And now we're in the business of equipping young people with their own stories.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
so Maya's a great young lady who was 27 years old, graduated from our adult program after with 3 kids, and had been on Section 8 housing and turned that into now a 6-figure career for herself.
How about that?
Autumn was a college dropout, and at 23 she started making 6 figures. Right, as a software engineer.
That's
right?
incredible.
Ray is a great one who had a great final project of how he took a Microsoft Connect from the game system, took our drone programming curriculum, and used the Connect to actually program the drone to fly using his hand gestures. Right, and then
What?
he stepped in, became a software engineer himself, and then got the bug for education, and came back and started working for us. Now he teaches and trains adults.
Oh,
software
that's,
engineers.
that
So
cycle
many
is
stories
so
of it.
cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving
So
it.
we love that we're contributing to an ecosystem that builds on each other, from jobs to education to research to entrepreneurship.
Awesome. So with all of what a freaking
No,
story.
I know. It's the coolest thing. It really is.
I got more stories, but I don't think we have enough time for all of them.
Well, so before we kind of get into like the future and that kind of stuff, talk to us a little bit. I mean, you shared about how you got your start and with StartCo and all of that. Talk to us about some of the other collaborations and partnerships of CodeCrew and who you're partnering with and why those make sense, those kind of collaborations and stuff.
Sure. I mean, and we've got great partnerships, corporate
with
and nonprofits,
schools
as
and all that stuff
and
too.
with the schools.
Right.
So great relationship with Memphis Shelby County Schools. We train dozens of teachers at the middle school and high school levels to teach computer science there. So we like to think that we're amongst their chief collaborators around how they're going to bring their A game for the computer science requirements and so forth that are coming. We partner with the MBA Foundation and Bank of America and FedEx and AutoZone for kids and adults to continue this work. FedEx, Bank of America, the MBA Foundation, Regions Bank, and they have been especially instrumental for that adult program that's turned those adults into jobs like Maya and Autumn and Ray, like I was speaking about. But we also partner with other nonprofits. The Collective Blueprint is a great one, right? Where while we focus on our core competencies of training 18 to 30-year-olds to become software engineers, they provide the wraparound supports to make sure that they have what they need to be successful coming through a program, right? And so that's right. So all kinds of things around how to be successful professionals in the non-technical sense, the soft skills, the essential skills, right? We partner with Agape, and we partner with all 4 of the 4-year colleges here, as well as Southwest Tennessee Community College. In fact, our adult program is housed at Southwest.
Okay.
So it is. We believe in collaboration. I spoke just last week at a conference here in Memphis hosted by Boston College and said that collaboration is our superpower, right? That, amongst other superpowers, diversity is another superpower, right? And so we firmly believe in that. And while I can go down the list of all we partner with, it might be a shorter list to say who we don't partner with.
All right.
That's the spirit we come
like
from.
That. I like that. So talking about all the different things that, from where you started and where your path to where you are now. So what's ahead? What is the future of CodeCrew?
Sure. So 2 significant things to have on the radar, or that are on the radar with respect to CodeCrew, is that one is that, again, we believe we're best in class in the nation when it comes to a comprehensive youth tech education. It's time we started sharing what we do with more places like Memphis, more underdog, overlooked places like New Orleans, like Birmingham, like Jackson, Mississippi, and St. Louis and Cincinnati, and places like
Do
that.
those cities sound familiar to you?
Uh-huh.
Those cities sound very familiar.
Atlanta, especially Atlanta, south of I-20. If you know the difference between, if you know Atlanta well,
Right.
So so it's time we started doing more elsewhere. In fact, we've got a great event in a couple of weeks in Nashville. As a matter of fact, actually not in a couple of weeks. Actually, this Saturday,
Okay.
May 11th.
Okay, yeah, don't miss it.
I'll be there tomorrow through Thursday.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna so we just as a bit of a kickoff event. So that's one thing. It's CodeCrew's presence beyond Memphis, to do
Spreading
a
your
lot more
wings.
in that regard. And then the second is that we're going to be moving into a national headquarters at the end of next year, by October 2025. You guys are familiar with the Northside Square project?
Yeah.
They're renovating the old
Yeah,
Northside High School.
absolutely.
Lots of tenants are moving into that building, and we're going to be one of them.
Congrats.
How about that, man? That's cool.
amazing.
Moving from
That's
the
cool.
1,200 square feet that we have now at the University of Memphis
Yeah.
to 12,000 square feet inside
That's
of
what's
Northside.
up.
That's amazing.
Finally have our own classrooms. We're going to have our own computer labs. We'll still go to where kids are, but we'll be able to host a lot more things right there in the
That
Right.
neighborhood
is
in North
so
Memphis.
incredible.
That's cool.
Thank you.
And you're going to use all that space.
I
You're
love
going to use
that.
up
Absolutely.
all that space.
the whole concept of reconstruction and all that, and do a lot of work with EDGE, the Economic Development Growth Engine, and it's amazing to see when buildings get new life and to see the life that actually goes into them. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, reuse of buildings can also be our superpower, which you see the pyramid or you see Crosstown.
Right.
Those are great examples. Of
Right.
Memphis.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
quite a few things to brag about.
Cool.
Well, yeah. So, anything else? Any advice for aspiring tech leaders and just the role of technology in general?
Sure. We need to embrace, again, diversity in the space.
Yeah.
We need to believe that that it's not rocket science to do this work. That there's room for all of us to be contributors in the tech workspace. We need to also recognize that we've got a future right now. Today, tech undergirds every industry. Even this podcast right now is driven by the laptops you guys have on your desk
I
right
know
now.
the truth. I
And-
couldn't live without this or this.
Right. Yeah.
And so, exactly, right? Tech undergirds every industry. We're stepping into a world now where AI will undergird every industry
Yeah.
all the same,
Sure.
right? And so we need to make sure that we're all savvy and informed, such that again we're getting algorithms on our menus before we're on the menus of the algorithms.
Yeah.
So those are the things I say that believe. And if you want to know more about CodeCrew, you got to come check us out.
Yeah.
So check out our website at code-crew.org. Check us out on all the social media. Typically, we're @_CodeCrew, and that's on Instagram, Facebook. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Threads.
Oh,
We're on TikTok, Snapchat. We're on anything you got.
Snapchat too?
Yeah. So we out
Yeah.
there.
So you ain't even know about that.
I personally don't fool with Snapchat, but
Same.
but the young people do, right? And
Yeah, they do.
They do.
So we got to go where
That
they
and
are.
TikTok and yeah.
Yeah, TikTok is huge. So
Yeah.
so for those who want to know whether your kids as young as kindergarten through 12th grade, we teach AP computer science in 12th grade, for example, right? Well, any high school kid, and then any adults that want to become professionals in tech, it's 75% of those students that we serve are college dropouts, and the rest of them have college degrees in things like music, history, or theater, and different things. But there's still a pathway for you. We need to have comprehensive pathways to success in the tech industry, and then any teachers that need to be skilled up, whether you're a school, a school district, or an individual teacher. We've got something for you, especially around the cultural relevancy that's necessary to teach computer science to diverse populations. So those are the things I'd like to leave with you all. And I'll just say thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. I love the Chris Hope Foundation. I love what you're doing to change the situations for families around, especially childhood cancer and other just life-threatening illnesses. My hat's off to you. If I was wearing a hat, my hat would be off to you. It's already off. I love what you're
Appreciate
doing,
that.
brother, and your leadership in this space. It is this kind of spirit that we need to pour more gasoline on that fire, those flames, that fire.
Right.
Here
Right.
in
Right.
Memphis, right?
Here in Memphis, right? These are leadership opportunities for Memphis to show the rest of the nation how to move forward
Right.
to a better world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you could tell the guy did a little homework too before he came up in here.
That's amazing.
I'm bound down to the greatness. Is what I'm doing.
Well,
Look at this, will you?
there's
Look at this, will you?
there's greatness in front of us right now too.
Without
It's
a doubt,
amazing
yeah.
what you've done
And
here.
freaking incredible, man.
It is.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I'm extremely impressed. That's awesome. That's why I wanted you to come here and be able to tell a story, because I know there are quite a few who don't know about you and don't know what you have to offer, and might have a special skill that they don't know about, and they can come and find that with you.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about starting from here and now you're making six figures. There can be some eye-opening opportunities for some
Absolutely.
people.
Right on.
Yep.
Well, everyone's welcome, and there's a role for everyone, right? We turn no one away. We have this strong focus on diverse groups, but we turn no one away.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we welcome your talents, volunteer, especially whether you're technical or non-technical. We have a role for you at CodeCrew.
And
I don't
help
know,
to
Beth.
support and promote and all those kind of things.
We might have to talk to the young man about, maybe having an app or something set up for the Chris Hope Foundation.
Yeah,
or
there's a
just-
lot of things swirling right now.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah. The whole collaboration and partnership, I think there's definitely some strong synergy here.
In other words, she gonna be sending me about 3 or 4 text messages
Yep.
about 8:00 tonight.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, thought
That's
about
cool.
this. What do you think about this? Here we
That's
go.
cool.
Next steps.
Okay, so tell us again about your website, contact information, all the different things that people can go to reach out to you and get some information.
Sure. So our website is code-crew.org. So you go out there, code-crew.org, and then on all the social media, you look for CodeCrew. Now, there's some other CodeCrews around there. There's some sort of dance group in India or something like that
really?
around CodeCrew. But look for the one that's in Memphis.
Right, right.
We are at _CodeCrew on all the major social media, from Twitter to Instagram to TikTok and Facebook, LinkedIn, all of that stuff. So
Sweet.
that's where you find us.
Okay, awesome. Well, I definitely appreciate you, man, taking time out of your day to be a part of this. And the collaboration, it doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to be in touch because,
So looking forward to it.
I'm excited about being able to tell people about you and the things that you do, like for real. So this will be on our channel extremely soon. We're going to probably start off with some little quick shorts, and then hit them with the big story. Real quick, I want to revisit something when it comes to your organization. We always talk about the challenges when it comes to a nonprofit organization, and I know with us here at the Chris Hope Foundation, I have my own personal challenges. So of course, I know your challenges are different, but yet kind of similar at the same time. Real quick, tell me about some of the personal challenges you have when it comes to starting up your nonprofit and being able to sustain, keep everything going.
Well, my personal challenges really align with me being skilled and trained to be an effective software engineer, and now leading a nonprofit organization, understanding what that takes, right? And so I thanks to a generous donor, I work with an executive coach that helps me develop into a more effective leader. Also did Leadership Memphis and the New Memphis Institute.
Oh, wonderful.
That LDI program with New Memphis is excellent. That 360 that we did definitely helped me be more informed about how to be a more effective leader with my team. Learning how to delegate more and trust my team.
Boy, you're gonna always try to figure out ways to delegate.
Find a good work-life balance at the same time.
Good luck.
And then and how to deal with challenges from team members as well effectively, and then accepting that I'm a better leader than I give myself credit. Right, those kinds of things.
Important.
So you talk about personal challenges and growth.
Yes.
Those are things that I have been willing to take that feedback and do my best to transform into better outcomes at CodeCrew.
Well, one thing for sure, when it comes to leaders, depending on how arrogant you are, we never give ourselves enough credit. We always feel like we can do better or we can do more. It's because, that's just how we are built. That's how we are driven. So now we'll never give ourselves enough credit. You've been around for 9 years. We've been around for 9 years. And it sometimes takes folks like Beth or Viola said, man, do you know what you've done over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 years? And I'm like, because we
take
need
a step back.
Yeah, I'm like, no, because we need to do this.
Yep.
And sometimes you have to appreciate your accomplishments. And it's funny. You sit back and go like, oh, wow, you're right.
Yeah.
And then you move on.
Here's where we were.
Yeah, then you move on.
Years ago.
So
we definitely have dreams and visions that we intend to achieve.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the tough part about leadership is that while you've built enough and you have a lot you can brag about, you still have that dream and that vision that's way here at North Star.
Right.
It's never done, right?
It's never done.
Right.
Just like building cities, we
That's
keep building them.
That's right.
Incredible, man. Well, thanks again, man, for coming out, being a part of the show. And sharing the information. And like I said, I'm excited about getting it out there so we can brag on you a little bit. And I got one last quick question. What are your thoughts on AI?
My thoughts on AI?
Yes.
I fundamentally believe that AI will undergird every industry. And while some are concerned about AI eliminating jobs, and it probably will eliminate some jobs,
right.
But technology has always done that. Right.
True.
When elevators were invented, there was an elevator operator.
Right.
Now it's pretty rare to see an elevator operator. Right?
Yeah.
Same with the telephones. Now it's pretty rare to actually deal with a human connecting wires and behind. So some jobs probably need to go. Right. But what's really going to happen with AI, what I foresee, is that the struggle is going to be between those. Excuse me. The struggle will be between those who are using AI to support their jobs and those who are not using it. Right? Mm-hmm. It's going to impact every industry, and those who embrace AI to make themselves more productive will outpace the ones who refuse to do so. And so that's the world we're stepping into. That's why we want to make sure every child and every young adult is equipped and comfortable with the technology, such that they are on the prosperity side of that ultimate outcome.
Awesome. All right, man.
And I think you bring up such a good point about that too. And I think it will kind of be the undercurrent of every single industry, but there still has to be people around who know and understand this technology so that we can, properly use it how it's supposed to be used, right? And help it. AI should be a tool to help us be more productive and efficient and do our jobs better, right?
Absolutely. And in fact, to further answer that question with respect to AI, that's what it needs to be. It needs to fulfill that promise, and it has that tremendous promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it also has the potential to be abused.
Right.
Right. It's important to understand how the technology works.
How it works.
We've already seen that in elections and all kinds of ways where AI, and it's just going to get worse, right?
As it becomes more sophisticated, right?
That's right. And it's more and more challenging to tell the difference between the real and the fake.
Right.
So we have to be savvy. We need to build a culture that recognizes its potential for good or for bad, right? And emphasize it for its good and how it's going to benefit society, and cut it off at the knees when it comes to its potential for destruction. So,
well, cool. Well, thank you so much. Right. You got anything?
Yeah. Well, just make sure you stay tuned to chrishopefoundation.org for all the upcoming events. We talked about Stars and Stripes. We also have Out of Key karaoke coming up in August.
Yeah, I can't forget about karaoke night.
Gala, of course, our second annual event is coming up in September as well. So all the information is on our website. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, all the channels, on the X, all the channels. And then also make sure you sign up for our newsletter as well. We've got so many updates coming your way, volunteer opportunities, events, this episode of HopeCast, and many, many more. So stay tuned.
Awesome. And we'll be back with you, I don't know, in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We'll be back here in the next 2 weeks with more updates about the Chris Hope Foundation and different things that we have going on. And I'm hoping that we have some special news as well. So we will see.
Stay tuned.
We will see.
Dangle in the carrot.
Well, Meka, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man, for coming out here, being a part of this. Yes. And Beth, thank you. And I'm glad that you was taking time out of your workout to join us here. And until the next time we're here, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the week, be safe, love one another, respect one another, please. And love your city. Love your city. City.
Stay cool out there, and everybody stay safe and also just stay positive.
Throw some shades and be cool, man.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, can't forget that.